Hello, how do you do? This is Maria. Today I'll talk about a very important topic and a very touchy-feely topic. Is it right to dress girls predominantly in pink? And is dressing in pink changing the way girls grow up? First time I thought about it when my daughter was born. So I went to the shop and I wanted to buy her a blanket. I found a beautiful blanket and they had three colors. They had blue, they had pink, and they had beige. And I thought, okay, I don't want to do this color coding, I bought two colors. What happened next? I went for a walk with the baby, and we every day we went to a coffee shop next door. One day we were using the pink blanket, another day we were using the blue blanket. So and it was very funny because when I used the pink blanket, when people saw us, they would say, oh, you know, like, oh, cutie girl, da da da. When we used the blue blanket, the reaction was, oh boy, man. It was very different. It wouldn't really bother me because if a girl is wearing a pink color, but if a girl can fend for herself, that's perfect, because that's what we want. Pink for girls, blue for boys. What concerns me are the perceptions beyond that, because when you go to a shop and then you see the dolls and all these rows with pink colors for girls, and then also the pink kitchens and lots of different stuff. And then you would do a few more steps, and then you would see cars and some sport-related games for boys. And I think with color coding, parents have to set a clear fine line between wearing pink and deliberately buying pink for girls, but at the same time making sure that colors don't dictate perceptions and how girls develop, which toys they play with, which books they read. Big companies have very good marketing, and they increase sales by selling pink for girls and blue for boys. If you have two kids and the first one is a girl, you unlikely will make your boy wear pink colors. You would go and then buy blue colors. I think in the world we live in, every parent need to think conscious about colors and make sure that colors don't dictate perceptions and the behavior of their children. So just a very interesting example. Look at the picture. It's a very beautiful design. So it's a design of a girl's room. How would you describe the girl who lives in this room? I would describe her as a dreamer, cutie girl, beautiful girl, and then perhaps you would find the same words to describe her. And the question becomes, and if we as adults would describe her this way, how would the child describe herself, and how she suddenly is able to fend for herself, to strive to achieve her goals, to be competitive, and how to make this transition from being this sort of cutie girl and the dreamer. I think with wearing pink, it's very important what comes beyond that. So if these are the phrases, I want to be liked, I want to be nice, I don't want to confront anybody because I want everyone to like me, and I want to make sure that everyone likes me. It's one thing. Or if a girl is wearing pink and playing with pink dolls and living in the pink room, but she has an approach, she knows what she wants, she can choose what she wants, she can defend herself. That's another story, and parents are responsible to make sure that she's growing as a confident girl. I had a very interesting discussion with a friend of mine about this, and she's a very successful manager in a big company, and she told me once, oh, you know, I was wearing pink dresses. I loved pink dolls, and I had this sort of pink room and everything. And look, it didn't really impact me in any way. And she's the one that you really don't want to have an argument with. At the same time, she told me that what shaped her personality was that her parents were always telling her that she was the best, and they were encouraging her to do different things in life and set big goals. The most important here is how you raise your child, how you encourage your child, and what you say to your child. And it's very important to be conscious about it, because obviously it's very easy to go with the flow and then start buying pink, and then go to a big department stores and then buy pink colors and pink dolls and all this girly stuff, and then at some point it will be much harder to really explain to your girl that sometimes it's good not to be nice to others, and sometimes it's good to defend your own opinion. One last thing I want to mention is that there's a very interesting research done with the participation of University College of London. The research is about how marketing and color coding impacts early child development. They say that 6 out of 10 parents are concerned about color coding and stereotypes when they buy clothes and toys for their children. What's even more interesting, they've asked 1,000 people about their thoughts on color coding and whether it impacts early child development, and 70% of men aged under 35 years old said that they felt that pink for girls and blue for boys impacts stereotyping and impacts early child development. So my approach here, I want my child to grow up and have many different colors around her. I don't want to avoid any color. I like her wearing pink, and I like her wearing other colors. I think no matter which color you choose for your child, it's very important to be conscious about your choice. It's very important not to default to the point of view that, oh, I was wearing pink, and all the way when I was growing up and I had a pink room, and it did not impact me. It is important to not default to this point of view, because if it works for you, it does not mean that this is the best way for your child. Today we collectively create the world our children will live in tomorrow. It's good to have questions today, and it's good to have answers today to these questions, such answers that will help us to create a better world for our children 20 or 30 years from now. Thank you very much, subscribe to my channel, and see you soon. Bye bye.